Hey, I hope everybody's doing good. I know it's been a crazy couple weeks. I don't really talk about like what's happening in the news that much. I know I oftentimes do skits about like Johannes Kepler and people from like the 1500s or actors that have just died 8 months ago. Doris Roberts, rest in peace. I'm sorry, Max Wright. I always think of John Cleese in Fawlty Towers saying, "Don't mention the war," and I guess I've kind of been like that, and I think I've seen myself more as a conduit for like escape or fantasy, whatnot, with all these goofy things I've been doing. But yeah, I was in Western Maryland a couple of weeks ago, and Cheryl and I were going camping, and we wanted to buy a telescope. So we go to this place where we see, oh, there's like a Sears over here, and a wall, oh, the J.C. Penney's. And we go to the Sears, it's closed, looks like it's been closed for like 2 years or something. Just nothing in the store, empty racks, this and that. And then we're like, oh, there's a J.C. Penney's. And then I quickly remember, oh yeah, I used to work at J.C. Penney's. They probably don't sell telescopes, at least not the one that I worked at. But we go up to it and we look around and we realize they're closing. I mean, closing. They were selling mannequins. They were selling the fixtures. They were selling light fixtures. Like you could like, oh, I want that bulb right there. I want that mannequin. Give me that window. Give me that cash register. Seriously, not kidding. And like red and black signs everywhere, close. And to me, it was really trippy because I had worked at a JCPenney's from like 2000 to 2003 and they paid me crap. It was like, to me, I mean, honestly, they paid me like $7 to $8 an hour, which was a lot to me back then because prior to that, upstate New York jobs, it was tough to come by. I was living in Syracuse, and unless you're involved like with a university or you're lucky enough to have some other option, like you're generally, if you're like a working class slob like myself, you're working at a restaurant, you're serving coffee to SU kids. I also worked at a place called the Pita Pit. It's not a misnomer. But in any event, those are other stories. I'll stick to the topic here. ADD. So we go into the JCPenney's, and it was really weird. It was like seeing an ex that you haven't seen in a long time, and you're just like, oh no, you're still doing this. Like, it's like, I think Doug Stanhope has a bit about that. It's that whole thing where you're like, oh no, like this is like hasn't changed at all. And that's sad because it was sad already. Like in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, when I worked there, I was like, this place isn't really keeping up with the times because the mall that I worked at was called Shopping Town, and that was considered like the not cool mall because we also had like a Destiny USA mall called Carousel, which had not been Destiny USA at that point, hadn't transitioned. Now they got like a water park in there and stuff. But I worked in the uncool mall, and JCPenney's, tan carpets, big, huge, large, vast open spaces, like empty racks here and there. There's some clothes here. And I'm talking about when I worked there. There's, it's like there's a guy in this department. There's no guy in that department. There's a woman over here. There's no woman over there. There'd be this music playing too. And it was always kind of like, I'm trying to think of like, it would be like Katie Lang, but it wouldn't even be like a regular Katie Lang song. It would be like Katie Lang with like a house beat behind it. I'm like, where did they find this? Like, does Katie Lang even know about this? Where can I get the CD? Different time.